Alright, this is the Huawei Pura 90S Pro Max, the phone that follows the Pura 80 Ultra, a device that earned a reputation as one of the best camera phones of 2025. That naturally raises one big question. Does Huawei actually improve the camera experience this time around, and can this phone earn a spot among the best camera phones of 2026? As always, we're breaking everything down category by category, covering photo quality, zoom, macro, ultra-wide performance, and more to see how this camera system performs in real-world use. Let's start with the main camera. The Pura 90S Pro Max features a 50-megapixel primary sensor powered by Huawei's advanced ultra-lighting HDR technology. Right away, the camera delivers excellent results, especially in daylight. Images look vibrant without appearing oversaturated, while colors, contrast, and white balance remain accurate across different lighting conditions. One of the standout features is the HDR processing. Photos look balanced and detailed straight out of the camera, so there's very little need for editing afterward. Bright highlights and darker shadows are handled impressively, giving images a natural yet dynamic appearance. Low-light performance is equally impressive. Instead of aggressively sharpening or over-processing images, Huawei keeps details clean while preserving realistic colors. The camera does brighten skies slightly to create a more dramatic look, but it rarely feels unnatural or exaggerated. Huawei also continues to include one of its signature features, a physical variable aperture. The lens can adjust from f/1.4 all the way to f/4.0 with 10 different aperture levels. This gives you more flexibility depending on the lighting and the type of shot you're trying to capture. Another major upgrade is the impressive 16 stops of dynamic range. In practical use, this means the camera can retain far more detail in both bright and dark areas of the image. Even if your exposure isn't perfect, there's enough information preserved to recover highlights or shadows without sacrificing image quality. That said, Huawei's HDR processing is already so effective that most photos look finished straight from the camera. In side-by-side comparisons with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the difference isn't huge in normal conditions, but in scenes with extreme lighting, Huawei clearly captures more highlight and shadow detail. Now let's move on to the telephoto and macro cameras. Huawei packs in a massive 200-megapixel telephoto sensor, currently one of the largest telephoto sensors found on any smartphone. The zoom performance is consistently impressive throughout almost the entire zoom range. From around 4x all the way to 10x, images remain sharp with excellent detail. Even when pushing beyond that toward higher zoom levels, the phone manages to hold on to surprisingly good clarity. Portrait shots also benefit from accurate edge detection and consistent HDR performance, making subjects stand out naturally from the background. Macro photography is another area where this phone really shines. The super macro mode activates at around 4x zoom and produces incredibly detailed close-up shots. You can continue zooming up to around 10x while still maintaining impressive quality, although some AI processing becomes more noticeable at the highest levels. One thing I really appreciated was the stabilization. Even while shooting handheld, it was easy to capture sharp macro images without needing a tripod. The camera also offers a comfortable minimum focusing distance, so you don't have to place the lens extremely close to your subject to get detailed results. When compared directly against the iPhone 17 Pro Max, Huawei clearly delivers stronger macro performance with better detail, cleaner textures, and more consistent exposure. Next is the ultra-wide camera. The Huawei Pura 90S Pro Max includes a 40-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, and unlike many smartphones that treat the ultra-wide as an afterthought, Huawei gives it plenty of attention. Photos remain sharp with excellent color consistency, especially in good lighting. Even after the sun goes down, the ultra-wide camera continues to deliver surprisingly clean images with respectable detail and controlled noise. Huawei also includes its RYYB sensor technology on the ultra-wide camera, helping it collect more light than most competing ultra-wide cameras. That extra light makes a noticeable difference during nighttime photography. Another feature I really like is the wider 0.5x field of view. Many Android phones stop at 0.6x, but Huawei gives you a noticeably wider perspective, making it much easier to capture landscapes, architecture, or large group shots without feeling limited. Overall, the entire camera system feels balanced from top to bottom. Whether you're using the main camera, zoom lens, macro mode, or ultra-wide, Huawei delivers consistent image quality across every focal length, making the Pura 90S Pro Max one of the most versatile camera phones we've tested so far. Now, let's talk about video performance, because great photos only tell half the story. Huawei equips the Pura 90S Pro Max with its advanced stabilization system, combining optical and software stabilization to keep footage smooth in almost every situation. Whether you're walking, panning, or recording handheld, the results stay impressively stable without needing extra equipment. Every B-roll clip you've seen throughout this review was captured entirely handheld. Even slow panning shots and telephoto footage remain steady, which is especially important since stabilization becomes more challenging as you zoom in. Huawei handles this extremely well, making handheld shooting feel much more reliable. HDR video is another major highlight. Thanks to Huawei's advanced HDR processing, the camera balances bright skies and dark foregrounds exceptionally well. Even when shooting directly toward the sun, the phone preserves color in the sky while keeping shadows detailed instead of crushing them into black. The overall color science is excellent. Greens look rich, blues remain natural, and contrast stays balanced without making footage appear overly processed. Whether you're filming during the day or in more challenging lighting conditions, the results consistently look polished straight out of the camera. Now let's move on to connectivity. While transferring large photo and video files, the phone delivered fast and stable performance over 5G. Uploading footage to cloud storage and downloading it onto a computer was quick and reliable, making the workflow much easier for content creators. Like every modern flagship, Huawei also includes several AI-powered features designed to improve both photography and editing. One of the most useful is AI composition. As you frame your shot, the phone analyzes the scene and suggests a better composition by adjusting the framing automatically. Experienced photographers may prefer complete manual control, but for casual users, it's a simple way to capture better-looking photos with minimal effort. Another standout feature is AI reflection removal. It effectively removes unwanted reflections and glare from images, producing cleaner and more professional-looking results, especially when shooting through glass. AI Move allows you to reposition or resize objects inside a photo after it's been taken, giving you more flexibility without needing third-party editing software. For group photos, AI Best Expression analyzes multiple frames, recognizes up to 15 faces, and automatically selects the best facial expressions to create a better final image. It works quickly and makes group photography much more convenient. Huawei also improves object removal with AI Remove. Unwanted people or distracting objects disappear in just seconds, making cleanup fast and surprisingly accurate. Battery life also impressed us during testing. We started the day at a full charge and finished with roughly 60% remaining after capturing more than 200 photos, recording multiple 4K 60 frames per second video clips, and using maximum screen brightness throughout the shoot. That's a strong result for such a camera-focused device. The display is equally impressive. It offers excellent brightness, strong outdoor visibility, anti-reflective protection, and improved scratch resistance, making it much easier to review photos and videos even under direct sunlight. So, what's the final verdict? The Huawei Pura 90S Pro Max delivers one of the most complete smartphone camera systems we've tested this year. From the excellent main camera and industry-leading telephoto performance to its impressive macro capabilities, reliable ultra-wide camera, outstanding HDR video, and genuinely useful AI features, the overall experience feels polished and versatile. If camera quality is your highest priority, this phone absolutely deserves a place on your shortlist. It's easily one of the strongest camera flagships of 2026 and a serious competitor to the very best smartphones available today. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear which camera comparison. Thanks for so much watching, guys. See you next time.